So what are some pieces of advice I would give myself if I was just about to start medical school? Hey guys, I'm Samar. Welcome back to my channel. Now I wanted to make a script for this, but I've realized a scripted video will probably feel very non-authentic, and I prefer to just imagine myself sitting across my younger self and just telling him, this is what you had to do and this is what you should not do. So first and foremost, and the most important one I think, will be schedule and organization. I was a free-flowing student regarding, the fact that it was working for me. So I think that enhanced my liking for this method of just going with the flow and studying a few days before the exam and still passing. Till, second year hits and the amount of information, the voluminous detail that they just hand over to you gets very tough, very much for any student to handle. So making schedules, organizing, and keeping track of what you're doing, what you're supposed to do is extremely important. This even gives you more time to even relax. Second one will be the feeling of getting overwhelmed. Now I know I just said you have to make a schedule, but even though you make a schedule, you will still feel overwhelmed because the amount of information, like I just said, that's going to be handed over to you is a lot, and you have to do it in such a small time frame. You have to memorize, understand, being able to apply it, in clinical cases or different VNet scenarios or MCQ questions or any exams. If you're going through that feeling right now watching this video, we all went through it. You're probably going to go through it if you're about to start medical school. So that is completely normal. Thirdly, don't cram, understand. This is very important because medicine is not something you're studying for exam purposes. It's something you're studying for the day you're going to be in between your patient's life and death. So don't cram, understand. Understand why such a cell does what it does. Understand why meiosis takes place. Understand why such a disease is taking place. Understand why acute inflammation goes on, how it goes. Understand why chronic inflammation goes. Just understand. And if you understand something, it's easier to memorize and cram, because the law of putting something in your brain, in your long-term memory, is that whatever information that is provided to your brain has to be provided in a deep and meaningful way. And the only way you can do that is actually understanding the concept, understanding what exactly the information is talking about. But if you understand it in a very insightful manner, you will keep this information for a very long time. I'll make a separate video on active recall, information retrieval, spaced repetition, and how long-term memory actually works, how the hypothalamus knows which information is relevant and which is irrelevant. Because every night when you fall asleep, the hypothalamus discards irrelevant information and just keeps the relevant one. So how do you make your hypothalamus believe that whatever information, whatever you're studying, is also relevant? The whole separate video, probably in a week or two, I'll probably make that. Fourthly, make friends. Make good friends. Friends who have the same aspirations, the same goals, and the same motivation. Because the famous saying, eventually you turn into your friends. So you don't want to turn into someone you don't see going on the same path. Now, when I mean the same path, not necessarily doing the same residency in the future as you, but having the same mindset, that motivates you. My group of friends that I made during med school were some amazing set of people. They really inspired me. They motivated me to study a lot. So half of my motivation always came from them, studying their ass off. So do make good friends. Another good one will be ask seniors for help. Sometimes you need help and it's not going to kill you to ask. Now there is something asking teachers and then there's asking your fellow seniors. Teachers are confined to a specific authority or specific, line to where they can help you and how they can help you. They won't tell you the questions, they'll just give you an idea and they will explain, definitely. But seniors, because they have just passed through those stages themselves, they know what a specific teacher wants, how he or she asks questions, so their insight would probably be way better than teachers, from a student's perspective. Not saying that teachers were not students before, but the chances of them studying from your school, that's one. And how long ago did they study? Because in time you all forget, and every university has their own kind of method of examining students. What kind of questions do they ask, clinical scenarios, minutes, or whatever. So best to ask seniors for help, and they can also provide you with past question papers, so it gets easier, because then you know what you're actually studying for. The 80-20 rule. You can leave the 80% that is not worth it, or something you can just study on your free time, and focus on the 20% that's actually going to be asked during the exam. Last but not the least, have fun. When you organize yourself, you will know what time you need to study, what time you don't need to study. Take those days, take that time and just relax, watch something. But also, do find one day where you don't do anything. Just throw away your books for a whole day and just go outside and just breathe. Breathe, because you will need those days. There are going to be days where you just be like, oh my god, I cannot do this. No matter how much inspiration you get from your friends, but you just need a day where you just cool off, reboot your system, and get back to your books and kill that exam or whatnot. Anyways, I think that's what I'll probably be, advising myself. If you have any extra advice, let me know down in the comment section. If you're about to start med school, I did not make this video to scare you. Just something that might help you out as well. I was not a A-star student, but I was able to pull through, and here I am today. So if I can do it, a person like me can do it, trust me. You will have no issue. Do your thing, study hard, make schedules, organize yourselves, and work your ass off. And one day you will have that doctor title in front of you. You will have that sheet of paper that says, this is a certified that blah 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 has a bachelor's degree, double bachelor's in MBBS, or if you're doing MD. Yeah, do not forget to follow my social media. And if you do enjoy the content, please do subscribe. And if you have any extra suggestions, let me know down in the comment section. And I'll see you guys next time.